Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Cool FM Live broadcast of Cochise County Sports. Tonight, you got Paul on the call, and we have Cochise County basketball. We told you we'd be back for the Benson Holiday Classic Basketball Tournament Finals, and we are finally here. The Benson Lady Bobcats will take on the Douglas Lady Bulldogs in a no-surprise final for the championship game. We have Kaylee Taylor, all-world Kaylee Taylor for the Benson Bobcats, taking on Francia Rubio and the Douglas Lady Bulldogs. Not only Francia, though, I tell you, I've seen the Douglas Lady Bulldogs play for a couple years now. This might be the single greatest high school basketball female team that I have ever seen. So get ready, folks. It is going to be a fun one out there tonight. Coming up right after this immediately is going to be the boys' finals, which also features the Douglas Bulldogs as they take on Desert Christian. For everyone not familiar with Desert Christian, they've been running roughshod over all the Cochise County teams in the state. So Douglas Bulldogs looking to extract some revenge for all of Cochise County. Thank you, everyone, for joining me on Cool FM Live. Danimal, if you could turn that mic up. Dan, the man, our producer, just slightly turn that mic up. That'd be amazing. So I can hear me in the when I'm doing my audio checks. I got you, Dan. Don't worry about it. And you could also, the scoreboard might come into play here towards the right a lot more.
The team coaches.
Like I said, folks, we are ready to get this firecracker lit. We're ready to get this party started. And while we introduce some starting lineups, I'd like to thank Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative for serving our community, and Synergy Home Care providing non-home care to all of Cochise County. Benson, a big provided area for, and Douglas is being expanded to in as we speak. I do have a chat box here, folks, so don't hesitate to get in the chat. Let us know who you're cheering for and where you're cheering from.
The AIA asks you to watch and cheer for your team.
Good news is, it looks like we have our mics going with no problem.
Sandy Davis and Vince Greer.
Those officials are brought to you by the Ed Morse Automotive Group of Cochise County. Formerly Lawely Automotive, driving it in, experience the difference. There will be no $500 halftime shot here tonight, folks.
Please remember to.
I'd also like to thank the Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty. If you're in the market to buy or sell, make your first call to the real estate experts, Sherry Ethel and their team. They proudly support our fabulous athletes across Cochise County.
Tonight, the Bobcats will be playing the Douglas Bulldogs.
We're getting the Bulls intro for the Benson Lady Bobcats. It's going to be amazing. I need to talk through it though, because I'm pretty sure we're going to have copyrighted music everywhere. Oh, we're starting with Douglas.
Number 2, senior Scarlett Louise.
I saw Scarlett Louise in a playoff game last year, almost beat Micah Mountain single-handedly. Carolina had a great game as well, a real coming out party in that postseason basketball game.
Number 22, senior Francia Rubio.
There's the aforementioned Francia Rubio, contender for Player of the Year in Cochise County, and probably for a gear region. Taylor Espinoza hit a three-pointer with no time on the clock to send that playoff game against Micah Mountain to overtime. Emelyn Gonzalez is going to round out the starting lineup for the Douglas Lady Bulldogs. A 20-game winner last year, the Douglas Lady Bulldogs, and returned every single player on that team. Set up for success for a long time, the Douglas Lady Bulldogs.
And now, starting for your Benson Bobcats. At center, number 5.
And here come the Benson Bobcats. There's senior Jalen De La Cruz starting for the Benson Lady Bobcats.
At forward, number 12, junior Paisley Harmon.
And number 12, Paisley Harmon for the Benson Lady Bobcats.
At forward, number 13, junior Coco.
There's junior Coco for her end.
At forward, number 21, junior
Jordan Roan for the Lady Bobcats. This team set up for success next year, but this year led by number 23, Kaylee Taylor for the Benson Bobcats.
Bobcats are led by head coach Brian Taylor.
We got 22 for the Bulldogs and 23 for the Lady Bobcats. This is going to be a fun matchup to watch.
At this time, let's
National
rise to
anthem
the
is-
singing of the national anthem by Miss Amy Taylor and her brother Peter Moccasin.
Oh, here we go. Amy Taylor singing it. Helps us out all the time with the national anthem. Or the games as well. Beautiful rendition of the national anthem, as always, by Amy Taylor. Never asked Amy if she's related to Kaylee Taylor, and I don't know why. All right, folks, about to get this one started. Again, thank you for joining me on Cool FM Live. Don't forget to like the brand new Cool FM Live sports page where we're streaming this game at. And smash the subscribe button to the Cool FM Live YouTube page. That way we can fix all of our streaming issues, as always. But an all Cochise County final for the ladies here at the Benson Holiday Classic Tournament 2024. The Benson Lady Bobcats against the Douglas Lady Bulldogs. The last time we saw the Douglas Bulldogs, they took on the Tombstone Yellow Jackets, who are a top 5 2A team, and beat them 55-22. And what I thought might have been a battle of the two best Cochise County ladies teams, which honestly says it's probably the two best Arizona teams. Douglas showed they were the class of that game, but now they have to face the Benson Lady Bobcats in the finals here. And Benson, after losing two big seniors, three of their big three, they find themselves back in the finals again, and we are underway. Tip is going to fall to the Douglas Lady Bulldogs, and they want to go quickly. Douglas Lady Bulldogs can beat you in so many different ways. All 5 players on the court for the Bulldogs. Excellent passers, excellent ball handlers, as Carolina is going to get that one tied up. I think that was Kaylee Taylor for the Bobcats tying it up. And possession turned over to the Benson Bobcats as Francia Rubio missed a shot. You don't say that very often. And there's Kaylee Taylor, Douglas Lady Bulldogs with pressure. Good job by the Benson Bobcats to get out of it. Worked an open shot as well, but unfortunately Coco Ferrand could not convert. That's going to be Scarlett Ruiz, one of the other two of the big two for the Douglas Bulldogs. Good job here from Benson handling the trap. Never mind, that one's going to be turned away, and that's going to turn into 2 easy points for number 2, Scarlett Ruiz with the finish. That's 2-0 Lady Bulldogs on top. 7:15 to play, just a minute here. Coco has the ball. Apologize for the camera shaking. As you might have mentioned, in Benson, Arizona, the stands did fill up for the Lady Bobcats in this final, and that one's going to be just off the outstretched hands of Jadalyn De La Cruz, going right back to the Lady Bulldogs. Douglas Bulldogs the boys team will be playing Desert Christian in the championship at 7 o'clock here when we get this one started again. That's going to be a deep three, nothing but net. Did I have the wrong name for that one? I think that's Kara. No, I guess so. Is that Evan? I don't know. Maybe I don't have the numbers right here. That's going to be Coco on the inside. She's going to be fouled by Carolina and going on the line to shoot too. I think. That has to be Evelyn Gonzalez. That has to be Evelyn Gonzalez, number 32. They say it's number 35 in my book. No, it's definitely Evelyn Gonzalez. So we're going to make a note of that. So Evelyn Gonzalez hits the three-pointer for the Douglas Lady Bulldogs to get them up 5-1. Coco Ferrand now, 1 for 1 at the line. Up and no good with the second one. Kaylee Taylor coming down with the rebound for the Lady Bulldogs. Right back out to Coco, who tries to drive on the inside. And she's going to go back to the line to shoot 2 more free attempts at the basket. Well, here we go, folks. Oh, they're going to say that was not a shooting foul, so Fran's going to inbound this one. I'm just going to call it Coco. I wish I had a cool first name. She's going to throw that one all the way to the half court to Paisley Harmon. That's going to be a three-pointer to answer. No good. Coco with the rebound off the glass. No. But Kaylee Taylor boxing out on the inside. She's got her first 2 points of the game. 5-3. Douglas on top. A little bit of a spacing issue here from the Bulldogs, but Scarlett Ruiz does come up with it. She's going to lose control of it. It's going to be not saved and going back to the Benson Bobcats. So still 5-3 with 2 minutes gone in this first quarter. I think the Benson Bobcats might have taken exception to me talking about the Tombstone Lady Yellow Jackets as the best team in 2A. One thing that doesn't show up on the box score is how well you play defense. That's a good pass to the inside, but it's going to be a travel. Unfortunate there for Paisley. 6:01 to play, still 5-3. The score for Dan the Man. So, I know you have the score on your box score, folks, but you keep that one up. This is going to be Evelyn Gonzalez. Kicks that one out. That's going to be a three ball put up by Quijada, and she can't get that to go. Benson looking to go quickly. Oh, but they throw that one away, and it's going to be Gonzalez with the steal. Going back the other way. Benson crowd doesn't like that. They think they might have gotten away with something, and Scarlett Ruiz driving on the inside. Going to be tackled like it's a football game out there. That will be on the floor, and they're going to get the ball underneath the basket. I do see one comment. Mark Kent says, yeah, no thanks. Don't know what that means here. That one's going to miss. It's going to be Francia Rubio with the rebound. Good defense here. Oh, and a good job to lose the marker. The layup, no good. That was 24, Kater Espinosa. And that full court press, another good job by the Bobcats getting out of that one. This is going to be a deep three, no good. That could have given the Bobcats the lead. Scarlett Ruiz now in transition for the Bulldogs. Touches all the rim but could not go in. And that's going to be another travel on Paisley Harmon. We got ourselves a contest at 5-3 with 3 minutes gone. There's a timeout on the floor. That's going to give our Bobcat cheerleaders a chance to get this crowd excited. Trust me, they don't need it. Also gives me a chance to thank Barnett's Towing and Barnett's Propane. Hey, I see their location in Benson, Arizona every time I come here. serving our community since 1963. And thank you to the Copper Queen Community Hospital. They have clinics in Bisbee, Hereford, and Douglas that provide the highest quality of care to outpatients and home health patients of all ages. And they started me on my weight loss journey, which I am proud to say is over 22 pounds now. Maybe not. I did have 3 slices of pizza before I came up here, but that's my dinner. Hopefully we're good. Ruiz now. It's going to inbound. That one's going to be knocked away, but it stays with the Bulldogs. 5 minutes exactly. Still 5-3 your score. Douglas Lady Bulldogs still on top of this one. That's going to be a deep 3 from the top of the key. No good. Paisley's going to rebound this one. Wants to try to start the outlet, but that's going to be Scarlett Ruiz. She's got a lane. The floater in that lane. No good. They have an outlet. Kaylee Taylor's out there, but the Douglas Lady Bulldogs defending from the front, able to stop the transition bucket. Good calm composure there by De La Cruz as she gets it over to Paisley. That's going to be Coco. And that's going to be a reach in by Francia Rubio. Good job there by Coco to draw that foul. Thanks again, everyone, for joining me on Cool FM Live Sports. Don't forget to like the Cool FM Live page and subscribe to the YouTube page. Let us know who you're cheering for and where you're cheering from. I feel like if you're watching this game, back? Okay, we're back. Good. The score now is 9-3 after that run from the Douglas Bulldogs. That's going to be a travel on Benson right away. That was an easy basket underneath by Coco, unfortunately. No dice. Sorry about those technical issues, folks. Hopefully everyone piles back in here. If you saw the equipment we were trying to do this on, you would laugh. The Douglas Bulldogs opening up a little bit of a lead here after that timeout. That 3 ball is going to be up and no good. That's going to be Aubrey Moon, I believe, who checked in for Benson. With the rebound, Aubrey Moon, another ball handler for Benson, and another great distributor. Speaking of, that's a great pass to Kaylee Taylor in the paint. Kaylee Taylor cuts this lead now to 9-5. Francia Rubio all the way. What a dish on the inside. No good with the shot. Rubio gets the ball back, turns around in the paint. No, Kaylee Taylor. This do everything for the Benson Bobcats. Gets an outlet pass all the way up to Aubrey Moon. She's got no one there. That's going to be a foul. Benson coming back into this ball game. I'll tell you, Kaylee Taylor is one that is fun to watch for the Benson Lady Bobcats. We talked about last year that Benson had unfortunate injuries to 2 of their top stars, and Kaylee Taylor willed these Lady Bobcats into a playoff game. It's going to take a Herculean effort against Francia Rubio, Scarlett Ruiz, and the girls from Douglas. Aubrey Moon up and good with the first one. Now it's 9-6 your score. We're having timeout. That's a little unconventional. I didn't know you could do that, actually. That gives our cheerleaders another chance to get back in the shot here. Also gives me a chance to thank Big Mike at All Pro Pest Management for all your pest control needs, servicing all of Cochise County, veteran-owned and operated with satisfaction. Mike's guaranteed. Thank you as well to Grasshopper Landscaping, quality from the ground up. Grasshopper Landscaping provides landscaping all across Cochise County. You can find them on Facebook. You can find all these businesses on Facebook and all of their contact information in the header below. So Aubrey Moon is now 1 of 1 from the free throw line. New head coach, I believe, for the Benson Bobcats, head coach Brian Taylor. Douglas still has head coach Clint Hill. Ivory Moon up and no good with the second one. Kaylee Taylor's going to rip that rebound away from Scarlett Ruiz. A turnaround jumper, no, and great defense from Francia Rubio. Stops the putback, and she's going to be fouled all the way up court. So a good job there from the Lady Bulldogs settling things down. 9-6 still your score here in Benson, Arizona, home of the Bobcats. Benson, Arizona always has great turnouts for their high school athletics, and that's what we like to see around Cochise County. These athletes put in more work than you can fathom if you've never been a high school athlete. It's always great to get out and support them. It's going to be Gonzalez. She's going to get that one over for three to Espinoza. That's no good. Rebound does stay with the Douglas Lady Bulldogs. Scarlett Wees with it. One more time for three. That one's off the front rim. No, the fight underneath is going to stay with the Lady Bulldogs. Espinoza got a couple three-point opportunities on that and could not connect. Douglas looking for an opening in the half-court offense. That's going to be a drive. They're going to get it right back out to Espinoza. And Gonzalez this time is going to drive baseline, try to put that one up. Unfortunately, the backboard got a little bit too close there. Taylor with the rebound. And Lady Bulldogs inside to Aubrey Moon. Aubrey out to Kaylee Taylor, the long jumper for two. And Kaylee Taylor cuts the lead to one. 9-8 now. Douglas on top. It's been a cold night from before from Francia Rubio, who has the ball right now. Her and Scarlett Louise, the 1-2 punch from the Douglas Lady Bulldogs. Tough to stop, but Benson doing a great job of just that, as we see on that possession as well. Douglas looking for that three-point opportunity, but the Benson Bobcats defense is stifling. There is Rubio going to the inside. You know it's a tough night if Francia Rubio misses a couple layups, and we're going to have a foul on Francia Rubio. That's one thing I said when we picked our favorites, so to speak, in Cochise County. One thing that never shows up on the box score is defensive effort. We're seeing it from the Benson Lady Bobcats. Douglas Bulldogs have been running roughshod over everyone in this tournament, not just double-digit victories. We're talking 20, 30-point victories. And now with 1:34 to play here in the first quarter, a one-point game and a chance for the Lady Bobcats, as Douglas, I didn't know, was in the bonus to take the lead. First one up for the tie, off the backboard and in. Bank is open, folks, every time. Good free throw there by Lewis. Second one no good, but it's Kaylee Taylor once again, and it rolls all the way around the rim, but doesn't go in the net. Scarlett Louise with options in the paint. Great bounce pass to Kendra Espinoza, and that's going to be an 11-9 lead for the Lady Bulldogs. Aubrey Moon with the ball's going to be knocked away. Francia Rubio, that's not who you want on the break. And Rubio misses again. Gets it over, and there we go. There's two quick buckets for Kendra Espinoza for the Douglas Lady Bulldogs. Opening up this score to 13-9. There's Kaylee Taylor with it. They have 10 seconds to get this ball up. Paisley is going to do just that. Good movement off the ball by the Lady Bulldogs. Looking for anything right now. It's going to be a 5-second closely guarded. She's got to get rid of the ball. She does so. Finds the Paisley. The ball's on the ground. It's going to be a fight for it. It's going to be a jump ball, and I do believe the possession arrow goes with the Douglas Bulldogs. So 4 quick points after the Benson Bobcats had came back and tied this one up. 13-9 now. Douglas on top with possession. Almost as if they flipped a switch to say enough of that. Enough is enough. 13-9 your score. Ruiz over to Espinoza. We have a wide open Gonzalez for three. That's tracking, but too strong. Rebound to Kaylee Taylor. She's got to almost have 5 rebounds in this first quarter alone. Almost over it back. Haley thought it might have been Aubrey Moon with it. 28 seconds to go in this first quarter. Paisley gets it over to Kaylee Taylor. She's going to drive baseline. Jumper in. I'm telling you about Kaylee Taylor, folks. 13-11 now. Douglas with a 2-point lead. Good screen there set at half court. That's going to free up Francia Rubio. That's going to be a three-pointer. No good from Espinoza. 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Gonzalez has it, and she's going to be fouled. I don't believe they're in the bonus. They are not, so it's going to be ball underneath the basket. 2.8 seconds to get a shot off and extend this lead for the Douglas Bulldogs. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Francia Rubio, she's going to be called for the travel. So with 0.4 seconds on the clock, that is enough time to just throw up a prayer, by the way, if you just volleyball tap it. See what Benson decides to do here. They are going to get it to Kaylee Taylor. She does get it off, but not enough time to put anything on that. So our championship game brings one of our best games of the tournament right now. The Douglas Bulldogs on top of the Benson Bobcats, 13-11 here in Bobcat country. The Benson Holiday Classic Women's Championship game. That cheerleader performance brought to you by Ginger's Titles of Sierra Vista, located at 999 East Fry Boulevard. Look for the iconic pink door or visit gingerstitles.com. And this changing quarter is brought to you by the Sierra Vista Soap Company, locally handmade bath and body products. You can find them on the mall or visit sierravistasoapcompany.com. And why not, while I have the time, our last sponsor for the game, Allo Fiber Internet. Your new home for phone, TV, and internet is Allo Fiber. That's all you have to say, folks. They're going to be in Sierra Vista. And as I always say, I hope they're ready. I hope the infrastructure's ready for day one, how much business they're going to get. Quarter is up, and we are ready to get the second one started now. Carolina Nguiano comes back into the game for the Douglas Bulldogs. I believe she had 2 fouls, had to sit down for a lot of that first quarter. A big loss on the inside, Carolina. That's going to be De La Cruz inbounding that one. Over to Harmon. There is Coco, and she's going to be called for the travel. Foot slid out, so a chance for the Bobcats to tie the ball game. Goes by the wayside. And Douglas now with a chance to extend the lead. It's going to be Gonzalez bringing the ball up court for the Lady Bulldogs. Francia Rubio with it. And wide open, Karen Espinoza, but she can't get that to go. And Kaylee Taylor again with the defensive rebound for the Bulldogs. Coco with it. They got to get this ball up court and quickly. Kaylee is going to sprint as fast as she can. Gets it up court. De La Cruz. Coco spots up a three ball. Off the front iron. No good. Offensive rebound from the Bulldogs. That's not going to get put back in either. I think that was Jordan Roan. I called her Rone, but they called her Roan in the intro, so I'm going to call her Roan. Good job with the offensive rebound, but couldn't get it to go. Here's Espinoza one more time. Bounces that one over to Gonzalez. Evelyn Gonzalez driving baseline again. The floater off the back iron, no good. Ball's going to be touched out by the Bobcats and staying with the Douglas Bulldogs. Don't hesitate, folks. I know the viewers are starting to pile up here to get into our Cool FM Live sports chat. Let us know who you're cheering for and where you're cheering from. That ball in and out. And there is Carolina Aguayano. Had to miss a lot of that first half. Gets an offensive rebound and goes to the line for a three-point play for the Douglas Bulldogs. And Guiano, that's exactly what they were missing in the first quarter when she was on the bench. Now a 15-13 ball game. Chance to make it 16-13. 16-11 rather. 15-11, Daniel. It's 15-11. My bad. Carolina can't convert the three-point play. We're going to have it waved off, and we're going to have a lane violation from the Lady Bulldogs. The Bobcats will get the ball down 4, 15-11 your score. And this one's going to be thrown away. Miscommunication by Harmon and De La Cruz. One thing you don't want to do is give possession to the Douglas Bulldogs. They are a team that can score in bunches. Scarlett Ruiz dribbling all the way around, gets the ball right back up. The pass around, that's going to be Gonzalez on the baseline, no good. Rebound fought for and won by Francia Rubio, who takes it back to the top of the key. She's going to drive on the inside, gets this one out to Carolina for three. No, off the back iron. And that's a good box out by Jordan. Cruz getting pressed there by Carolina. Paisley with it. She gets it all the way up to Kaylee Taylor. Spots up a 3-ball. Off the front iron. No good from Kaylee Taylor. They're going to get it right back to her. She's got a double team on her now. Douglas well versed in how good Kaylee Taylor is in this second quarter. Paisley trying to track back, and Rubio ignores it and makes the layup. 17-11. Douglas on top. Taylor's going to throw that one over to Coco. Scarlett Ruiz ready for it. The only thing better than Scarlett Ruiz's layups is her defense. Scarlett Ruiz might be the steals leader in Douglas Bulldog history. As much as she does that, she lays it in, makes it 19-11, 5:38 to play in the first half. As we have a timeout, which does give us a chance to look at these awesome Benson Bobcat cheerleaders. They definitely got to get this crowd back into it. Benson hasn't scored in this second quarter. It's been all Bulldogs. Another great performance by the Bobcat cheerleaders, brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, SSVEC, serving our community. Remember, folks, we do have one more game up after this, the men's final. Douglas Bulldogs, yes, those same Douglas Bulldogs once again taking on Desert Christian. Desert Christian might be a 2A team, but they find themselves in the finals against the 4A Douglas Bulldogs. And you wouldn't normally say this about a 2A versus a 4A team, but Desert Christian has the size advantage against the 4A team. They have a kid that looks like he's 6'10" out there. Needless to say, Desert Christian has not lost to a Cochise County team so far this year. As we get this action restarted, Aubrey Moon's going to bring it up over to De La Cruz. Moon's open again, but the jump ball fought for, and it goes back to the Douglas Bulldogs. So again, Benson gifting possessions to the Douglas Bulldogs without getting a shot off. These Lady Bulldogs are state contenders for sure. Do not get it twisted, folks. They are that good. As we see Scarlett Ruiz head fake. Free throw jumper up and good by Scarlett Ruiz. 21-11 now. Aubrey Moon gets the ball for the Douglas Lady Bulldogs. Gets that over to Paisley. Coco. Back to Paisley. She's going to put up a three-pointer of her own. Quick release by Paisley Harmon, Steph Curry style. And there's the first basket for the Douglas Bulldogs in this second quarter, 21-14. What a pass from Rubio to Gonzalez underneath. Now 23-14, Douglas on top. Coco with it. She's going to pick up her dribble, get that over to Paisley. Paisley's going to have that knocked away. Good job getting by two. Paisley Harmon over to Coco for three, but Scarlett Ruiz with authority knocks that one out. The ball game we have here in Benson, Arizona. Coco Ferran gets it to Kaylee Taylor underneath, and that's easy money for Kaylee Taylor, 23-16, your score. Francia Rubio now with the ball. She's going to spot up a three. No good. Rubio, not her normal self. I'm sure she'll get that picked up in the second half offensively as Kaylee Taylor has the ball. Dribbling baseline. What an outlet pass to Aubrey Moon again. Aubrey trying to touch it to Coco. Miscommunication. I'll tell you, Kaylee Taylor and these outlet passes, that is something fun to watch. Espinosa's going to get this one restarted. Gets it over to Evelyn Gonzalez. Gonzalez met at the point by Lewis. Francia Rubio. Now she's forcing it, and it does pay off as she does get the foul call. So Francia Rubio showing a little bit of frustration. Oh, we're live streaming on YouTube as well. Thank you, Dan, for that. He says, Dan the Man, I assume it's Dan the Man, says from the YouTube chat, the Brawl Brothers say, let's go Douglas Bulldogs. That reminds me, Dan, I'm going to have to start streaming off of YouTube and giving you my YouTube page. See if we can't get a little bit better quality in here. First one up and good from Francia Rubio. Second one hits all iron, bounces off the backboard, and goes into the net. So 25-16, your score after those two free throws. De La Cruz with it. Swings that one back over to Lewis. Adelie Lewis. There's Paisley Harmon. Over to Coco. Fran driving in the paint. They're looking for an open shot. They get one. That one's going to be short. And, great effort there by Cruz to try to save it. Unfortunately, it goes out. 3:41 to play, 25-16. Bobcats, a 9-point lead. It's been a very good second quarter of play for the Douglas Bulldogs. I said Bobcats. Douglas Bulldogs ahead, 25-16 if I said Bobcats. Rubio with it. Look for Rubio to stay aggressive. That's going to be Carolina Anguiano with the soft touch. No, Scarlett Ruiz going back up with that one. No good. That's going to be Coco with the rejection and the steal. Tries to pass it up. Unfortunately, too much juice on that one, and we're going to go back to the Douglas Bulldogs. The score is still 25-16. Douglas Bulldogs on top. 3:15 to play in the first half. Benson's cooled down a little bit in the second quarter. Douglas really has not. Douglas hasn't played their best basketball. That's going to be a three ball up and no good once again from Tanner Espinoza, who's really an assassin from three-point, just not falling. Francia Rubio's not connecting, and it's Espinoza's not connecting. It's a little bit of an odd game here for Bulldogs, and they're still up 9. Shows you how good the Douglas Lady Bulldogs are. Paisley Harmon's going to run a one-man press. She's going to be screened off the ball. Francia Rubio with it. Rubio dribbling, gets it over to Ruiz. Good pass. Scarlett Ruiz in the paint. A lot of contact, nothing called, but Scarlett Ruiz throwing everything she had in that shot. Great finish, 27-16, now an 11-point lead for the Bulldogs. That one's going to be rejected and going back up as Ruiz is going to come away with it. Running the fast break. Scarlett Ruiz in the paint. Off the back iron and in. And Scarlett Ruiz is heating up for the Douglas Lady Bulldogs. Now a 13-point lead, 29-16. Bobcats need to calm it down. They desperately need a big bucket here. There's Kaylee Taylor trying to throw that over to Coco, and she throws it out and shows a little bit of frustration on that. And it looks like we might have a timeout on the floor, and we are 29-16, 2:12 left to play. Gives us a chance to showcase the Benson Bobcat cheerleaders one more time. And the Benson Bobcats, the cheerleaders, this time brought to you by Synergy Home Care Sierra Vista, providing non-medical home care for people that struggle with activities of daily living all across Cochise and Santa Cruz counties. Yes, that does mean San Simon. That even means Portal, by the way, all the way to Douglas. And there's not a spot that we will not go, folks. Synergy Home Care, 520-685-1035. Lady Bulldogs are going to have the ball after this timeout. 29-16 your score. Bulldogs on top with 2:12 to play in this first half. There we go. That's better body language from Kaylee Taylor after she threw that one away. She was a little bit disinterested, disassociated, whatever dish word you want to use, and she's back leading her team. And it's going to take more than that as Francia Rubio and company start us off. Clock ticking, just over 2 minutes here in the first half. Rubio with the ball. Gets that one over to Evelyn Gonzalez. A good head fake. She's going to drive in the lane, lay that one off to Carolina Anguiano. And a good bucket after the timeout. 15-point lead for the Douglas Bulldogs now, 31-16. It looks like we're going to foul off the ball. That was a good drive by Adelie Lewis. Probably Adelie, now that I think about it. Adelie Lewis. Ball's going to be under the basket. Good showing here from Scarlett Ruiz of the Douglas Lady Bulldogs. Also Carolina Anguiano. This second quarter has been big for her. Remember the first quarter, she's kind of sat down. She sat down with foul trouble. That's going to be a foul on Francia Rubio. Kaylee Taylor's reaction lets me know that she might have got ball on that one. That's going to be Rubio's third foul of the ball game, too. But it's not been good offensively not as good offensively for Rubio. Let me just tell you, she has a big bar to live up to. So it's not that she's still scoring, but just not at the Francia Rubio level as Kaylee Taylor goes to the line to shoot two, up and good with the first one. Just go ahead and mark both these in. Kaylee Taylor, all-world player for the Benson Lady Bobcats. 31-17, 147 to play. 31 points to Animal for the Douglas Lady Bulldogs. Up and no good with the second one. That's surprising. 31-17 after those two free throws by Kaylee Taylor. It's going to be Gonzalez bringing this ball up for the Bulldogs. Good pass. That's a good look and no good by Quijada. Julissa Quijada misses, but Scarlett Ruiz gets Douglas an extra possession. Ruiz, she's going to pull the elbow jumper, no good. Kaylee Taylor, she wants to go quickly. Aubrey Moon finds herself all alone, up and good with the layup, cutting this deficit back to 12, 31-19 now. Douglas still on top, still in complete control of this game. Benson trying to battle back. That's going to be a three ball from Quijada, and she nails that one. Douglas saying you guys will have no fun for Benson. A 15-point lead, 34-19. Douglas on top of Benson. This one's going to be thrown away. They got Scarlett Ruiz up. Quijada has to stop the ball. Couldn't corral it. Great decision, especially 50 seconds. Carolina Anguiano wants it in the post. No good. They're going to try to give it to her. That's a great drive and a great feed by Gonzalez. That's going to be a foul on Carolina. Ooh, I think that might be her third. We see Francia Rubio had to hit the bench with her third, and maybe Anguiano has to as well. And that Douglas is going to bring up number 21, Amalidia Gonzalez. Nailed it. 39 seconds, 34-19 your score after that three ball for the Douglas Bulldogs. Aubrey Moon with it, gets it over to De La Cruz. All the way up to the top of the key. Lewis is going to lose it momentarily, but it's going to stay with the Bulldogs. Ruiz just could not corral it. Scarlett Ruiz and Francia Rubio, a dynamic 1-2 punch for the Douglas Lady Bulldogs. But Diego Lopez and Ryan Felix as Kaylee Taylor puts up a three ball. Ooh, off the front iron. Too much English on that. 18 seconds, 17 seconds. Ruiz, Coco trying to track back, couldn't get it, and Ruiz goes coast to coast, laying that one up now 36-19. 10 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Aubrey Moon gets this one over to De La Cruz. They want to get it to Kaylee Taylor on the inside. 2 seconds, 1 second, no good. Scarlett Ruiz did not know how much time was left. Couldn't take that halftime shot. Speaking of halftime shots, at Morse Automotive Group in Sierra Vista sponsors our Cool FM halftime extravaganza. I don't know what you call it, where they give away $500 if you hit a half-court shot. Already been happening a couple times. Not going to do that here today, folks. But we go into the half. 36-19 Douglas Bulldogs on top of the Benson Bobcats. And we're going to have a little bit of a performance here by the Benson Bobcat cheerleaders. I can only imagine there's going to be some copyrighted music. So, folks, when I do hear that music, I will go 0 dark 30, mute my stream, and come back after the music stops. By the way, this halftime performance brought to you by the Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty. Your hometown realtors, proud to support our amazing athletes and cheerleaders across Cochise County. If you're in the market to buy or sell, give them a call today at 717. I forget the rest. Make the first call to your real estate expert, Sherry Ethel and her team. Contact information in the description box below. I feel like the cheerleaders are facing the wrong. I feel like the bigger crowd's over here. And generally, that's where the student section for the Bobcats sit. looks like Keelan Payne over there. Keelan House of Payne sure is, former Benson Bobcat. In the house to support the Lady Bobcat. Oh, here we go. Here's the copyright music, folks. We'll be seeing you. Ready when you are, Dan. And we are back and ready to get this second half underway, folks. Give me 1 second, as there's a lot of foot traffic coming in. Benson Bobcats will start the second half with the ball. And it looks like Scarlett Ruiz is able to pick that one up as we're trying to get everything back and ready to go. No, Dan, it will be Douglas against Desert Christian is going to be our game after this. That's a good answer by Cruz for the Lady Bobcats. Our score right now, 38-21. There we go. Looks like we are back and ready to go. 3-ball up and no good from Cantor Espinoza. Kaylee Taylor gets the ball, gets that all the way up, losing control of it's going to be Adelie Lewis, and that's going to be a turnover for the Bobcats, who are trying to get themselves right back into this ball game. Currently 38-21, Douglas on top. Oh, man, I'm losing my mind here, just trying to get everything reset. There's Espinoza again. And Guiano calling for the ball. No, Evelyn Gonzalez is going to take the 3-shot herself. And that's a great rebound by Carolina, but can't get the putback to go. And Kaylee Taylor is going to have the ball, bringing it up for the Lady Bobcats. She's going to throw that one away. A rare turnover from Kaylee Taylor. Rubio up in the paint. There we go. Francia Rubio trying to get her scoring touch back. 40-21. Douglas still on top. It's going to be all you, Danimal, right now, as I have to preserve my iPad. So guess he didn't bring his iPad charger. 40-21 your score here. Douglas Lady Bulldogs on top by 19. It was 13-11 at the end of the first, and then Douglas put it on in the second quarter. Benson lost their scoring touch. Douglas did not, and that's where our score stands. Right now at 40-21, De La Cruz has that one. Is tipped by Scarlett Ruiz. She's going to get this one all the way over, but that's going to be well short by Adelie Lewis. Douglas a chance now to open up a 20-point lead. They're going to get that one to Espinoza. Back to Gonzalez, looking for Carolina on the inside. She's going to go baseline by herself. No good. Rebound underneath by Kaylee Taylor, showing good athleticism and body control to stay in on that rebound. This can be Paisley on the inside. No. Looked like that one might have been knocked away. Paisley Harmon. No, that's a big shot by Coco. In the corner, we have an official's timeout. It's going to be counted as a 2-pointer, so the score is Douglas 40-23. Looks like maybe Scarlett Ruiz, coming up a little bit lame for the Douglas Bulldogs, is going to hit the bench. Already wearing that face mask, so you assume that she had some sort of a face injury before the tournament. Officials getting together to talk something over. And they're going to count it as a three-pointer, so 40-24 the score now. Big three-pointer there for the Lady Bulldogs. Francia Rubio bringing the ball up court for Bobcats. But for the Douglas Bulldogs, Rubio brings the ball up court, finds the open shot, three-pointer, answered right back and getting hyped is Julissa Quijada, 43-24. Back to a 19-point ball game. Coco trying to drive on the inside. He's going to turn that ball right over as Francia Rubio was on the defense and did not allow any passage. Douglas again, another chance to get a 20-point lead in this ball game. It was a 2-point game at the end of the first. Douglas did not stop scoring while Benson was having a little bit of woes in the second quarter offensively. And Guiano, she gives a no-look pass. Three ball off the front of the rim by Espinosa. Loose ball is going to stay with the Douglas Bulldogs. (43-24). Kaylee Taylor had been pretty quiet here in the late going. The second quarter, you saw every time she touched the ball. That's a good floater in the lane just off the back rim. Looked like that was Gonzalez. It's going to be touched out by the Bulldogs, or by the Bobcats, rather, going back to the Bulldogs. I should just say Douglas and Benson, then I wouldn't have any trouble. Ball's going to be thrown in. Drive on the inside by Gonzalez. Sweet, soft touch in the lane. Opens up a 21-point lead for Douglas, 45-24. Benson's got to find a way to get Kaylee Taylor some open shots. She doesn't miss. Aubrey Moon's going to take one. Can't get that to go. The putback, no on that as well. Francia Rubio for the Bulldogs going to come away with the rebound and some nifty ball handling. Gets her a foul earned. And she got a little bit of a smile after that one. What a job there. Earning the respect of head coach Brian Taylor from the Benson Bobcats as he goes over and shakes her hand after that little run. So 45-24, 4:30 to play in the third quarter. Bulldogs on top of the Bobcats. Rubio, who's found that scoring touch in the third quarter, gets this one over to Quijada. She's got one, she's got two three-pointers in this third quarter and is opening up now for the Douglas Bulldogs in this championship game. A 24-point lead, 48-24. And we're going to have a push, a little hand check there by Scarlett Ruiz. Aubrey Moon draws the foul. We're going to need a little bit more of that to come back in this game. Been a frustrating second quarter and on for Kaylee Taylor of the Benson Bobcats. First quarter, she had a lot of open shots and nailed every single one of them. But every time she touches the ball now, you see Douglas sending two out to guard her. Oh, it's up to someone else on Benson. I'm looking at Coco Ferranda. She's already hit a three-pointer to really get Douglas to respect other shooters. And we're going to have a substitution as Jalen De La Cruz goes to the bench to take a breather for Adelita Lewis. Lewis gets it over to Aubrey Moon. Moon thought she might have had it over the back on that one, and maybe a travel. Douglas fans think so. They do get it inside to Kaylee Taylor off the back iron. Couldn't get it to go. There's a little bit of a miscommunication. It looks like Evelyn Gonzalez hurt her finger. We're going to get an offensive foul called after all of that on Coco Ferrand. Evelyn Gonzalez now bring the ball up for the Lady Bulldogs. Good up and under move and finishes at the rim. 50-24 now, a 26-point lead and a timeout by head coach Brian Taylor of the Benson Bobcats. The Lady Bulldogs, I told you folks at first quarter, they haven't been shooting like I'm used to see them shooting, and they are now converting all their shots. These are the Lady Bulldogs we're used to seeing. There's the Lady Bobcat cheerleader. Also that we're used to seeing. That miniature performance by the cheerleaders for the Lady Bobcats, brought to you by Barnett's Towing and Barnett's Propane, serving our county since 1963. That is a long time to be in business. Means you know they do it right. 3:42 to play in the third quarter. The Douglas Bulldogs took control of this ball game in the second quarter, and now we're opening up an onslaught, 50-24. It's going to take a Herculean effort for the Benson Bobcats to come back into this one. Let's see if Coco can start it. She decides better of the three-pointer. You can see some frustration as that one's going to be thrown away. Bulldogs, Francia Rubio comes away with the steal. Rubio taking it all the way down. What a pass on the inside to Quijada. She can't finish. Does follow her own rebound, but it's going to be knocked away. And it's going to be Lewis bringing this one up for the Lady Bobcats. She's going to try to drive on Rubio. No good. Moon gets it over to Coco. But enough time for Douglas to come back on defense. Coco takes the elbow jumper. Carolina with the defensive rebound. Anguiano, what a pass up to Quijada. That's just easy money, but it's in and out. Carolina Anguiano ready for the putback. 52-24. Lady Bulldogs on top of the Bobcats. Stay tuned, folks. The Douglas boys Bobcats will be in action immediately after this game. Coco Ferrand with the three-pointer, no good. Roan is fighting for the offensive rebound. It's going to be out on Roan, Jordan Roan, and going back to the Bulldogs, 52-24. And you can see this has been a mental struggle for the Bobcats in this quarter. That's what the Douglas Lady Bulldogs can do to you. They can score in bunches. Both teams built very similarly, the boys and the girls. If you don't watch them in transition, they could start scoring and scoring and scoring. And that's what's happening here. As Carolina Anguiano puts up a three ball for good measure. No good. Quijada, Jalissa Quijada with that rebound up and under. Scarlett Ruiz gets the ball out. And it's going to fall to Quijada again. Top of the key. Her third three-pointer of the third quarter. That's 9 points in this one quarter, making the game 55-24. A 31-point lead for the Lady Bulldogs. And another turnover by the Benson Bobcats. That's what they can ill afford right now. Kira Espinosa is going to take it all the way. No good. Jalissa Quijada fighting for that one. Couldn't get it. And Kaylee Taylor's going to come away with the defensive rebound. She gets it up to Aubrey Moon. Aubrey Moon with the elbow jumper. No good. Rebound's going to be fought for. De La Cruz on the deck. And she's going to get it. And we're going to have a jump ball. Possession arrow going the way of the Douglas Bulldogs, as it normally does when everything is going your way. Possession arrow follows. Scarlett Ruiz bringing the ball up for the Douglas Bulldogs. Trying to dribble through everybody. She's done it a few times tonight, but not that time, as Coco was able to come back and steal that one. And Francia Rubio, speaking of good defense, sends that one into the next county. Oh, Quijada wanted to pop that one, but unfortunately for Jalissa Quijada, she's called for traveling. 1:26 to play in the third quarter, 55-26. Douglas Bulldogs on top of the Benson Bobcats. Coco Ferrand trying to pass this one to the inside. That's Kaylee Taylor, the step back. And Kaylee Taylor works herself an open look on the inside. Cutting the lead down to 29 now, 55-26. Scarlett Ruiz with it. Ruiz going to try to take everyone on. Dumps it inside to Carolina Anguiano. What a tough look that is, and she's not going to be rewarded for it. Kaylee Taylor with the defensive rebound. Coco Ferrand. Ferrand's going to drive. She's going to get it out to Lewis for three. Oh, just off the back iron. Rebound's going to be fought for and pulled up by Ferrand. Coco can't get that to go, and it's going to be Carolina Anguiano who turns that one over, trying to get it to Rubio. And that's going to be a jump ball going back to the Benson Bobcats. I'm sitting right in between Douglas and Benson fans. It's left side of me cheered, the right side of me groaned. The substitutions on the court give me a chance to thank Big Mike at All Pro Pest Management. Veteran owned and operated with your satisfaction, Mike's guarantee. You can find them on Facebook at All Pro Pest Management. Aubrey Moon looking to get this one in, and she's going to find Adelie Lewis. Adelie gets that one over to Paisley. Harmon tried to put that up, no good. Ruiz is going to start the outlet, and that's going to be a track back foul. Carrie Espinoza was thrown to the wall, and she's going to go to the line to shoot two. It was either Aubrey Moon or Adelie Lewis. guilty of that foul. I think they're going to get Aubrey Moon. I thought that was a 2-4. So going to the line to shoot two in a 55-26 ball game. 21 seconds in the third quarter. Espinoza up and no good off the front iron with the first one. They always say ball don't lie, but it lied on that one because it was an obvious foul. No good with the second one, but it's going to be Anguiano on the inside. The big center for the Bulldogs getting the rebound, fighting again for another putback opportunity. Good defense from Kaylee Taylor, forcing the miss. Taylor Cruz is going to throw this one away, and it's going to gift another possession to the Lady Bulldogs out of Douglas, Arizona. For everyone that misses our show live Tuesdays at 10, we do a high school sports show covering all of Cochise County. We say that Douglas Lady Bulldogs might just be the best team in all of Cochise County, and that includes the Buena Colts varsity boys team. They are that good. Scarlett Ruiz with it, 7 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Gonna throw this one over. 2 seconds, 1 second. Espinoza has to get the ball up, and she will not, and that's how our third quarter will end. But a great third quarter for the Douglas Lady Bulldogs, 55-26, going into the final frame. This performance by our Benson Bobcat cheerleaders, brought to you by Grasshopper Landscaping. They serve all of Cochise County, including Benson and Douglas. You can find them on Facebook. Grasshopper Landscaping, quality from the ground up. And I'd also like to thank Ginger's Titles of Sierra Vista, located at 999 East Fry Boulevard. Look for the iconic pink door. Now open on Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. What we thought was going to be a great game on the outset, 13-11 after the first quarter. The Douglas Bulldogs awoke that inner demon that they have. They are a sleeping giant, a ticking time bomb. That first quarter, that first half, Francia Rubio was not as sharp offensively as she normally is. And she turned it on the second half, and you could see the benefits. A 29-point lead for the Douglas Lady Bulldogs. And Scarlett Ruiz right in front of us, trying to say that loud enough so she can hear. What a game Scarlett Ruiz has had. I have to say, for the Douglas Bulldogs, Carolina Anguiano, the unsung hero of this team. When she was off the court, it was a 2-point game. When she's on the court, it's a 29-point lead for the Douglas Bulldogs. Rubio going to be guarded by Lewis up top. That's going to be Evelyn Gonzalez for three. Oh, hits all the iron but doesn't go in. And Anguiano is going to be fouled going back up after another offensive rebound. Carolina Anguiano, just a junior. You'll be seeing her next year, folks. I think. Let me check. Yep. 55-26, 7:47 to play. The Douglas Lady Bulldogs doing what they've done all tournament and running a rough shot over every single team. Carolina up and good with the first one. Iron Kind. Now a 30-point game again, 56-26. Second one up and no good. Iron Unkind. Taylor comes in with the rebound. Bulldogs bringing this one up. That one's going to be taken away by Kidder Espinoza. Espinoza gets it over to Scarlett Ruiz at the top of the key. She's going to throw it into Carolina Anguiano. Espinoza spots up for a wide open three. Nothing but net. 59-26. Lady Bulldogs have all but secured that Benson Holiday Classic championship. Kaylee Taylor is going to get this one over to Coco Ferrand, who, oh, that's not Kaylee Taylor anymore. Ferrand couldn't handle the pass by Adelie Lewis, and that's going to draw a timeout from the Benson Bobcats. This timeout brought to you by the Sierra Vista Soap Company. You can find them at the Sierra Vista Mall or visit SierraVistaSoapCompany.com. Locally handmade bath and body products. Great job again from the Benson Bobcat cheerleaders. Speaking of great job, thank you, Aloe Fiber, for all the great infrastructure jobs you're doing around town. I hope you have enough. There's 50,000 people. Is it 50 or 40,000? Some small number in Sierra Vista, and I'm pretty sure every single one of them is switching over to Aloe Fiber as soon as you guys go live. So just be ready for that. Aloe Fiber, your new home for TV, phone, and internet. Go to aloefiber.com. See how you can become a fiber fan. Aloe fan. Is it a fiber fan? Okay. We'll just leave that part of the ad read out. It'd be nice to have the ads in front of me. For some reason, they lost today, so just had to write down the names and pray I remembered them. 7:14 to play in the ball game. Douglas bringing the ball up court. Just 7 minutes away from being crowned the rightful champions here at the Benson Holiday Classic. They were very, very fun to watch. A big reason why we're here is Rubio drives to the inside and finishes, making it a 35-point game, 61-26. The biggest reason we were here was to watch the Douglas Lady Bulldogs in action, and they have not disappointed. Espinosa's going to throw that one inside to Gonzalez. She can't get that. It's going to be Kaylee Taylor with the rebound. Coco Ferrand in the paint driving. Can't get that to go, and that's going to be Inguiano with the rebound. Rubio going quickly. Gets this one up to Kidder Espinosa. Spotting up another three. Can't get it to go. Rebound's going to be off of Kaylee Taylor, showing some frustration on the floor. 61-26, and the running clock is going on the 35-point game. 6:15 and counting in this ball game. What a showcase from the Douglas Lady Bulldogs. But I will say, let's give a lot of credit to the Lady Bobcats with who they lost last year. This is going to be a three ball up and no good from Gonzalez. Rebound going to the Benson Bobcats. Everyone slept on the Benson Bobcats in their preseason picks, including Max Preps. But they're getting to the championship game in the Benson Holiday Classic. I'll tell you, they're showing a lot here tonight. And let's not forget that the Douglas Lady Bulldogs are the greatest high school basketball female team ever assembled. As Coco is going to shoot that one a little wild. A good fight on the inside from Kaylee Taylor. Can't get the putback to go, and that's going to be a foul by Lewis. Adelie Lewis on Francia Rubio. .5:27 and counting in the running clock. Still 61-26. What's more impressive than the Douglas offense is their defense. They have a habit of shutting people down. I'll say good offensive outputs that I saw from Rachel Thursby from Tombstone, who must have 20 points on him, but was the only one really putting up any numbers. Carolina misses that three ball. And then Kaylee Taylor's doing a great job offensively here tonight. Definitely in double digits. Don't know how close to 20 points she is. But Douglas just has a way of making you one-dimensional in your scoring. That one by Lewis is going to be up and good. So there's a three-pointer. It's going to bring the score to 61-29 after that. Francie Rubio with just over 4 minutes to play. Gets it into Carolina. All the way around, another three-pointer up. That one's going to be no good by Espinosa, who's just working on that three-point shot. Hasn't been there all night for Espinosa, but they know they're going to need her as the season goes on to find that shot. Kiera Espinosa did hit that big game-tying three-pointer against Micah Mountain when Francia Rubio was suspended. So he easily would have taken out Micah Mountain with Francie on this court. Carolina can't get that one to go. Rebound comes out to Douglas, and she can't miss right now. Julissa Quijada, 4 for 4 in the second half from three-point range, 64-29. Now under 4 minutes in playing. Coco Ferrand is going to take a three-pointer of her own. Misses off the back rim. Offensive rebound from Kaylee Taylor. But it goes right off of her foot. Rotational players coming in now for the Douglas Bulldogs. Clock's still rolling. It's going to be good experience for some of these players. They are losing Scarlett Ruiz and Francia Rubio next year. Dana Pena, I believe, who isn't even on the floor tonight, their center. They are losing her next year, so there's a lot. What a spin move on the inside. Renetta Alton for Douglas puts that one in. This is a great experience, especially against the Benson Bobcat team. That is a very strong team. Good rebound and putback. That's Jalen De La Cruz's first points in the ball game. 66-31. Good pass on the inside. No good. De La Cruz brings the rebound down. Isabella Contreras getting her first minutes for the Benson Lady Bobcats. This one's going to be thrown all the way over to De La Cruz. Good Euro step on the inside. And one opportunity for De La Cruz. Jalen De La Cruz, sorry. $66-33, a chance to make it 66-34 and get back into the 20-point deficit range. And while they do that, folks, I'd like to thank SSVEC one last time, serving our community. Also, thank you to Synergy Home Care Sierra Vista, providing non-medical home care all across Cochise and Santa Cruz County. For people that struggle with activities of daily living, call them today at 520-685-1035. I'd like to thank Ed Morse Automotive Group, formerly Lawely Automotive, committing to making a difference in our community. Stop in, drive in today and experience the difference. Thank you to the Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty, proud to support our youth athletes all across Cochise County and all season long. If you're in the market to buy or sell, make your first call to the real estate expert, Sherry Ethel and her team. I'd like to thank Barnett's Towing and Barnett's Propane, serving our community since 1963. Thank you to the Copper Queen Community Hospital of Cochise County with clinics in Bisbee, Hereford, and Douglas. They provide the highest level of care to outpatients and home health patients of all ages. Give them a call today and set up an appointment. Thank you to Big Mike at All Pro Pest Management. Veteran owned and operated with your satisfaction, Mike's Guarantee. You can find them on Facebook at All Pro Pest Management. Thank you to Grasshopper Landscaping, quality from the ground up, serving all of Cochise County for all your landscaping needs. You can find them on Facebook. Thank you to Ginger's Titles of Sierra Vista, located at 999 East Fry Boulevard. Look for the iconic pink door or visit gingerstitles.com. They're now open from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Thank you to the Sierra Vista Soap Company, locally handmade bath and body products that you can find locally in the mall, or you can visit SierraVistaSoapCompany.com. And finally, thank you to Aloe Fiber. Aloe Fiber is your new home for TV, phone, and internet. Should be going live here soon, folks. Every time I see an Aloe Fiber rep or technician or whoever, I ask them when they're going live, and they're on schedule. They're ahead of schedule. They're going to start service in the beginning of 2025, I believe, for all of Cochise County. So we're all waiting on that. That second one's going to be no good. 66-34, 29-point lead for the Douglas Lady Bulldogs. They got to get this one across, and they do a good job of it. 27, 26 seconds, 25 seconds. Don't go anywhere, folks. After this game, we're going to see the Douglas Varsity Boys Bulldogs as they take on Desert Christian. And what is going to be a matchup of a size fiend who's like 9 feet tall, get his name in a minute, for Desert Christian versus the fast-paced transition offense of the Douglas Bulldogs. When I say fast-paced, the Douglas Bulldogs played the Benson Bobcats. They had 6-point lead with 3 minutes to go. With 2 minutes to go, that was a 20-point lead. They know how to get out in transition. That buzzer signals the end of this ball game, folks. Thank you again for joining me on Cool FM Live. I think we're going to stay for the trophy presentation. Douglas Bulldogs are your Benson Holiday Classic champions. Runners-up are the Benson Lady Bobcats. So stay tuned, folks. I will have this camera on for the trophy presentation, the plaque presentation. And then we'll take a brief intermission, and we'll get ready for our boys championship, Desert Christian against Douglas.
It's time for the presentation of the trophies and the alternative team plaques. We're going to have all 3 teams that finished in the top 3 of this tournament. So we're going to need Tombstone, we're going to need Benson, we're going to need Douglas. center court. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and recognize these outstanding young ladies for a great tournament. Give them some love. All right, beginning with third place, we want to thank Tombstone, always a staple here in Benson, and always bringing a quality team. So third place, Tombstone Girls.
The Tombstone Girls led by Rachel Thursby. Top 25 team in the state of Arizona, regardless of classification, 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A, coming into this tournament, finishing third place in the Benson Holiday Classic.
All right, sit tight, Tombstone. We're going to recognize the second place team, your hometown team. Always a great showing here in Benson. Benson Bobcats. Tombstone, stay there.
Head coach for Tombstone, Thomas Valenzuela. I think he wants to be called Tommy. New head coach for the Benson Bobcats, Brian Taylor.
All right, let's recognize our champion, three-peat, Douglas Bulldogs.
Head coach Clint Hill for the Douglas Bulldogs, leading them Francia Rubio, Scarlett Ruiz, everyone a part of this one. One of the best female basketball teams I have seen personally with my own two eyes.
All right, one more picture. Let's squeeze them all in. Let's get all three of these great young ladies together. Great competition, ladies. Well done.
I think they might have some recognitions with all tournament plaques. Well, stay tuned, folks. We won't go anywhere until they tell us to go anywhere.
And one more time, Tombstone, Benson, and three-peat Douglas Bulldogs. Right, we're not quite done, guys. We got the all-tournament team. We got the all-tournament team for the ladies. Don't go anywhere yet. We got a couple more trophies to give out. All right, as we said earlier, we gave out one all-tournament team to Alyssa Lopez, number 10 from Bisbee. You can give her some love. Also Also on the all-tournament team from Douglas, number 2, Scarlett Ruiz. Please remember that these were voted on by all coaches and all officials. Also on the all-tournament team from Tombstone, number 3, Rachel Thursby.
We're just lining up our preseason all-Cochisian team.
Also on the all-tournament team from Tombstone, number 11, Damaris Alvarez.
Freshman Damaris Alvarez.
Also, all-tournament team from Douglas, number 22, Francia Rubio. All right, now we're going to recognize the MVP. Voted on by all officials and coaches from Benson, number 23, Kaylee Taylor with 22 points in the tournament. Fans, give it up for this year's 2024 Benson Holiday Invitational All-Tournament Team for the ladies. All right, boys, it's your time. We'll get warmed up.
All right, folks, so that's your all-tournament team and your first, second, and third place teams. We'll take a momentary break and be right back with Desert Christian versus Douglas for the boys championship.